And a very good evening, East Africa. Welcome to yet a brand new and also exciting week of The Desk, now more than ever. I'm yours truly, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame. Now remember, every time it's Wednesday, you guessed right, it's all about The Desk here on U24 Television, and we're actually broadcasting here at our home at Nile Avenue, Nakasero Hill. I'm talking UBC headquarters, but guess what? You are live on U24 Television. Now, this is a brand new week where we're going to be talking a lot about the girl child. We're talking about teenage pregnancies, teenage mothers, and I am telling you, the numbers have been skyrocketing, but there are people that are making it their business to actually curb this number. Now, today is one of those days where I have two ladies on set, Patricia and Faith, and they come from an organization that has made it, their business and mandate to make sure that they reduce or eradicate teenage pregnancies and teenage motherhood. We're going to be having a chat and we'll find out what have they done, what are they doing, what do they seek to do. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel for the girls? But for you, if you're a mother of the girl child or you're a girl child yourself, you better sit back, relax, bear in for, or even stand up, because the desk has begun. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you, Shadrach.
Good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too.
Faith,
Patricia. Yeah.
I'll start with Faith. Just introduce yourself. Tell us about the company.
My name is Faith. I work with Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation. We advocate for the rights of the girl child. That's what we do. We do it through so many ways. We empower them economically, socially, and even legally. We basically, that is what we do. Yeah.
Right. Patricia.
Well, I'm Patricia Praise, and I'm the Communications Officer at Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation.
Toinari Achika.
It is Praise.
Let's continue.
Yeah, well, so Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation is an organization that basically looks at a girl child, but in this way, not this girl child that is well. We are looking at teenage mothers. We are looking at girls who are pregnant, because we all know apparently 4 in 25 girls are pregnant. They are teenage. They are like victims of teenage pregnancies, and Uganda apparently has the highest rate, which is 25% in East Africa. So as Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation, we are looking at how we can help someone who's already a victim. Those are the ones we call the teenage mothers. Because we find out that in most cases, these girls face a lot of problems when they are pregnant, and they don't even change after they have given birth.
What causes that? What causes these statistics that you're saying?
Teenage pregnancy is a very big challenge in Uganda, and we cannot say it has one cause.
Exactly.
So many causes come around it. There's climate, poverty.
Climate?
Yes.
So the climate makes you go and have sex?
When you talk about climate, most people misunderstand climate for weather.
Okay.
And I hope you're not falling a victim of that. Yeah, so when you talk of climate, this is where seasons will change.
Okay.
And someone who has been a farmer and earning something from it is not getting it. A parent who has been looking after his or her children with the farming is not going to do it. And what is this child going to do? That is where we find the 15-year-old, the 14-year-old, the 16-year-old trying to go out to the outside world to look for a living. And we know how hard that can be with I don't want to criticize men or anything, but most of these girls engage in what we are going to call prostitution today. So maybe it doesn't come direct as it should be, but they find themselves in situations where they are going to exchange their bodies for money. Maybe not by standing beside the roads or something, but it could be direct or indirect. Yes. And in so doing, these girls get pregnant. And what do these men do?
What do?
They run away. Because
men run away.
They do. Because I have worked around teenage mothers, And I think 2, on a scale of 10, 2 have are staying with the fathers of their children or are getting support from those men.
Why do the men run away?
Because
do we know that, Stanley? Why do men run away?
No, first of all, it can't be. First of all, this man has impregnated someone who is young.
Exactly.
So there's a possibility of this
Being
girl
arrested.
saying she was defiled or she was raped. But let us use defilement in this case. There's and there's also a possibility of this person not being able to take care of this girl that has given birth or has become pregnant, because the money they offer in the beginning, I think, is this little money of go buy yourself something small, and now a child has come in the picture. You're not going to take care of one person. You have 2 people to take care of. And so it becomes a challenging thing for them, and then they have to like find ways of
scattering.
They'll get some
and then
of it.
some of the men, as we are calling them, are actually boys.
Oh, they're also boys.
Exactly. So they don't have the means to actually support the teenage mothers.
Wow.
Remember, we are looking at children. So they're also, you have to look at it in that way, that these are also children.
So do we have a scenario of teenagers impregnating teenagers or older men impregnating? Which one is more weighty?
No, I think it is always men. Okay, like I think men are more than boys. Because like we don't have clear statistics on that, but men are more than boys. Because we look at the fact that these girls, most of them are doing it for money, and it is the men, the older men or the men above their age that have the money compared to the teenagers. But also, we cannot say that teenagers are not there.
So even the teenagers are impregnating.
Yes,
So
yes.
Why do you think teenagers are now? Because I remember when we were in school, the least you could do with your girlfriend is hold hands or a hug.
Things have really changed,
Like,
and
yeah.
things
Like
are
these kids are doing
changing
the real
over
things.
time.
These kids
Over
are doing
time.
the real things.
Yes, I mean, I have seen a teenage mother of 14.
Like
So
who-
that means
like who taught you? What are
that
you doing?
means she got pregnant at 13.
Like who taught you? What are you doing?
I don't know who
Taught
taught
you,
them,
but
there's
look at
internet.
everywhere. Exactly.
Internet is
People
everywhere,
have access
and
to.
these people are so excited. They want to try out maybe everything they see, and that is where we find the problem. The exposure is too much right now.
Or is it because, actually, before we go for a short break, or is it, because we're trying to, exhaust all the possible avenues and reasons why? Or is it because these days you meet a girl who is 15 and she looks like she's 19 or 20? Is it because of the body changes? These days,
Body changes are also, I think, because if it weren't for body changes, one wouldn't become pregnant. I mean,
like you find a girl with a big bum, big breast, and it's like, oh, I'm only
So
16.
so what you're saying is that this didn't happen back then?
I don't know.
it used to happen, but it is just increasing. It is increasing like every day because of, you see, in the past, a child was raised by a village,
Yes,
not
community,
just one
yes.
person. But apparently, if you talk about a neighbor's child,
You'll have
you're
issues with the
landing
mother.
yourself in things you will never handle.
I am telling you.
Social factors.
I'm telling you, social factors right there. Let's go for a quick breather. We return after the break and discuss more of this. We're having a lovely discussion, very educative and also insightful. But do not go away. The desk takes a break and the desk returns in a moment. Well, it's a lovely conversation that we're having right here, very insightful and also educational. I'm telling you, you can follow this very lovely discussion on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Do that for Shadrach Kisame, do that for U24 Television. Now, if you have not liked my Facebook page, you have a minute. Rush to your phone right now, type in Shadrach Kisame, and you'll definitely be able to know what Shadrach Kisame and the desk are all about. I'm telling you, we're still having a lovely discussion here with the ladies, and we're trying to explore the different reasons why these teenagers are becoming pregnant, and so on. Is your organization on social media? Because social media is the way to go now.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And what you could just give them the handles right now.
It is Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation on Twitter, Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation on Facebook. Yeah, that is where we are. Instagram,
Yeah.
YouTube
Teenage Mothers. Also YouTube, yeah, Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation.
Yeah. So, we're just talking about the different reasons why, some of these girls end up, getting pregnant, and we were exploring. But, we can never exhaust all.
Of course.
We can never exhaust all. But I just want to, maybe if I can start with you, Faith. Why this kind of humanitarian work?
Well, personally, or our organization, it was founded by our director. It might come as a surprise, but he's a male. And the reason he decided to do this kind of work is because he's a product of a teenage pregnancy.
Oh, okay.
And that just goes to show the effect this has not only on the teenage girls, but also on their children.
Yeah.
Because of what he went through, he couldn't just sit back and not do something about it.
Yeah.
That is why he went into this kind of work. But personally, if I don't know if I can say it, personally, I believe in second chances, right?
Okay.
And that these girls, in our culture, a lot of them, there is a lot of stigma around teenage mothers, teenage motherhood, teenage pregnancies.
Yeah.
You find that these are actually victims, but they're actually, being everyone is throwing stones at them. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? Why couldn't you just, abstain? Why couldn't you? And everyone is just asking them instead of listening to them. Because as we've seen, there are a lot of factors.
But shall we listen to everyone?
Yes.
For you, they just keep on having sex and getting pregnant.
You see, when you ask such a question, it feels like touching a wound or beating someone in the wound already. I mean, these people already being pregnant as a teenager,
I feel like it's
who doesn't have
enough.
help. Exactly, it is already damage enough for you to add damage to it. But what do people do? What does the community do when you add stigma to a wound? Imagine if you had maybe a lame, if you are lame, and then that is what people are looking at, how you're not walking well. People are looking at how you can't do certain things, and they forget that you can do other things. I mean, we need to be positive about certain things. Children are blessings. Now we have to first forget about how they have come, and then let us count them as blessings. And then after that, look at the mother. Like we said, she's already injured enough. Don't add stigma to it.
And it's
Talk
not just
to her.
stigma.
For example,
they're bitten. Like you find that a lot of them come to us and they tell us, I was, by the way, not just stigma, I was chased away from home. This girl has nowhere else to go, and they were beaten by their parents. There is a girl, she was 14 when she was pregnant. She told me her story, and she told me when she went to the girl's parents, they went to the police to report this case. And you know what happened? The police actually arrested both of them. They arrested the teenage girl, who is 14, and the boy.
How old was the boy?
The boy, I think, was 15.
Who is teaching our children these things?
let's leave the teaching, Shadrach, and we look.
No, like this is so alarming.
Yeah, it actually is. It actually is.
Like I'm thinking when I was 14, I was in what? That was what? Senior what? 2?
I think 14 I was in senior.
That was senior 2.
Senior 2. That was senior 2.
Anyway, senior 2. Yeah.
Yeah, but well, as Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation, we are looking at how we can help these girls. We are looking at how we can reduce the stigma. We are looking at how we can
who is teaching our girls these things? Who is teaching our babies these things? Because guys, this is 15 years anyway.
See,
what are you guys doing to stop this or to prevent this?
First of all, even before we talk about how we are doing to prevent the teenage pregnancies or helping the teenage mothers, as much as we support the teenage mothers, we are so much against the teenage pregnancies.
Yes.
Because what makes one a teenage mother?
It's a pregnancy.
It's the pregnancy.
Yes.
So what we are doing is we do not want these others to be pregnant and fall victims like these ones have. So we do not, every time we talk about Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation, I get people asking me, so what are you trying to do? Are you encouraging the girls to be pregnant because you're going to help them? No, we do not want to let these ones' lives deteriorate like that. We are going to help the ones that have already fallen victims, but don't fall a victim, and we are on that too. So for the teenage mothers and how we help them, we help them mentally, socially, economically, and we do not do it by giving them money. Now when you talk about economically, someone thinks of you getting money and cashing in. No. What we do is we skill these girls. We teach them tailoring, baking, hairdressing. Like those are some of the things they can start with to get a sustainability for their children and for themselves. Get some money to build up yourself, buy your child some clothes, some food, because also there's a very big challenge with malnutrition. Because these children are not well fed, probably because their parents don't have money to buy food. So what the mother eats is what the child is going to eat. And just imagine eating kalo and you have to feed the child the same. Yes, so what we do is give them those skills to use them to make something out of it. Because when I give you money, you're going to use that money and it will get done. But when I give you a skill, you're going to use that today, tomorrow, and the other day.
More of teach me how to fish.
Exactly.
Talking about, I think I should have a nutritionist again on the show, Stanley, because you talked about malnutrition, and I remembered someone, they were telling me, oh, I love eating fries, chips, and that's what I feed the baby. I'm like, what?
Wow.
What?
I'm like, oh, but the baby loves fries. I'm like,
who does that?
They're a friend of mine, and I'm like, the baby loves fries. Babies are not supposed to be eating fries. So I think still we should have a nutritionist come and talk to people. Before we go for a quick breather, Faith, how are you able to pull this off? You guys have donors?
Yeah, we do.
So you guys have money.
But you know what donors are, right?
Yeah.
Is today they give you $10 or today they give you like 10,000 and that's it. That is what we depend on the society because we believe that we are also not doing this because we have the money, right?
Yeah.
We do it because we are passionate about this. We do this because we love the work that we are doing. We love that success story, you know? That girl that you pick up and you rehabilitate them and reintegrate them back into society. We've had such successful stories, and that's why we do this work.
Exactly.
Not because there is a lot of money. And so we depend on everything. We depend on your help, your donations.
To supplement on what she's saying, when we talk about donors, apparently we don't have the big donors like you said. We have the money. We are still doing this on passion. That is why we have not done it and it is not yet on such a very big scale because our funds are still little. We are still doing it more with passion. But imagine if we had the donors. It is going to be
So do you want specifically white donors?
A donor
can be Nwakiso and contact
a donor doesn't have to be white. When I say we have donors, I mean there's a person like Shadrach that has reached to us and given us a 10,000, 20,000 to help a mother out there.
Not just money, by the way.
For example, we are running a campaign apparently.
Actually, the campaign after the break. Let's talk about the campaign after the break. But they are saying everyone can be a donor. Stanley, even if you're Ugandan, you can give them some money to supplement, but don't go away. I take a break and I return in a bit. boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, things are happening in this country. Some of them you may or you may even never know, but they're actually happening in your country, like the teenage pregnancies and teenagers actually becoming mothers. Now this, you who is seated there, do not wait for a muzungu. You can do something about it, as the ladies on the show today have decided to do something about it. Now you can do that by helping them, reaching out to them. You guys have a website?
Yes, we
What
do.
What is your website?
Our website is www.tmcsf.org.
You want to do that again?
www.tmcsf.org.
Do you have a phone number?
Yes.
Do you have it offhand?
I don't have it offhand.
You can check and get it.
Okay.
Yeah, but social media platforms, Faith, you can keep giving us the social media platforms.
For Twitter, it's Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation. YouTube too, Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation. And for Facebook, I believe it's
TMCSF.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So if someone, maybe phone number, you have a phone number that people can reach you at?
Yeah,
we do.
actually we do. And it is 0705 99 48 43.
You want to do that again?
07
First do that again.
0705 99 48 43. And once again, our website www.tmcsfrg.org.
So you guys are trying to do a campaign. I'm knowledgeable. What campaign is that?
We are running a campaign called Yamba Mama. And in this case, we are helping a young mother. Yamba Mama campaign with Teenage Mothers and Child Support Foundation. This campaign is looking at helping a mother on the International Women's Day this year.
Yeah.
That is how we would want as an
Because
organization.
Women's Day is when, guys?
It is 8th March.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, 8th March. So yes, that is when that is how we want to commemorate this day by giving to a mother out there. We want to donate to them. This time round, we have decided to donate something to them in form of food, clothing, anything you can, mama kits majorly, because you realize 28% of the maternal deaths are for teenage mothers.
Okay.
And
So-
why? It's because
so a lot of them are dying while giving birth.
yeah, they
Yes.
do. Because first of all, they don't have money to help them
Exactly.
while giving birth. So imagine this child
They don't have
reaches
the
the
health
hospital.
care.
They don't have the health care. She reaches the hospital and she doesn't have certain things. They are young. They don't know how to deal with certain things.
Yeah.
Apart from not having the
a lot
money.
of them are on their own.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they reach
because the
there
boys
and
ran.
exactly.
And they die due to, we all know women face complications while giving birth, but a lot of these teenage mothers, it's due to preventable causes, you know.
Okay,
It's
we would
due-
have avoided it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like if you can help, you don't know what a mama kit can do. A mama kit can save a
Okay, what's a
life.
mama kit?
It is a kit itself is like a package
Yeah.
that has the material used in the hospital
Well,
during childbirth,
Yes.
like cotton, gloves, wipes.
So these are things
blades.
that are sold in healthcare facilities.
Exactly.
Yes.
So someone can just buy those and give you.
Exactly. We don't actually look at someone giving us money. You can go buy a mama kit if you have decided to help
You
5
can buy
mothers.
blankets,
You can buy them
mosquito
and
nets,
bring
anything.
them. Yes, you can. If you cannot afford, or if you don't know where they are sold, you could give us the money and we get them. But if you know where they are, we are very fine with you buying them.
Ugandan don't like
And-
giving money.
Exactly. So we have no problem
And
with
we have no
someone
problem
buying
with
food
that.
and bringing it, or someone buying the mama kit and bringing it, or someone buying a blanket that could cover the child. Many children are getting sick, you know, from that coldness after birth. That's
Yeah.
where they get pneumonia. I don't know about
Yeah.
exactly, and some even die.
Sure.
So this is like, I just want for people to understand this, that you can have these items. Some even already have these items because some own pharmacies and healthcare facilities. They can just deliver. Where are your offices? Do you guys have offices?
Yes,
Yes.
we have offices in we have in 3 districts, but I think the easiest for people in Kampala or around Kampala is the main office in Wakiso, Boyogeye.
Chitio Road.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Chitio Road.
It's where you get Chitio Road.
Yes. Chitio Road Corner House.
Okay, so again, they just read the number again. It's okay, just read the number again, so that when they get there, they just call that number.
You can even call us and we pick them.
Oh, and you pick, okay.
Yes. So the number is 0705 994843.
Right. So, you know, we can never exhaust everything on the 30 minutes that we are always here on the desk. But as we're winding up, Faith, how can government help people like you?
Well, create awareness. That is something that is very important. Advocacy, that is, we have a lot of program areas, and government can help us in creating awareness. Government can, there is a lot of things that they can do, but donations, we need donations, but anything, awareness is very, very important, because a lot of people don't realize that this is actually an issue. True, a lot of people don't know. Women, parents do not recognize teenage mothers as victims, and if there is awareness,
no, you feel like you're a joker. You've wasted your life.
Exactly.
So whatever comes, you have to endure.
But if a parent is aware of this and they actually take some responsibility, it would make, obviously it would be easier on us. It would be easier on us to help. It would be easier on us preventing these pregnancies. It would be easier to help these teenage mothers, because if we stand in hand in hand with parents, if we stand hand in hand with society, if we stand hand in hand with everyone, I feel like this phenomenon or this issue can be solved. These are things that can actually be solved. But a lot, they say the first step to solving a problem is recognizing that there is a problem. Exactly. So a lot of people do not realize that this is an issue, and a lot of people don't recognize the victims of these problems. So we want the government can help us with that. It can help us in a lot of ways, but I feel like this is one of the ways that for the start. This is one of the ways that really we need help.
So Patricia, as we wind up, you're the statistics person. Urban or rural, which one has the most statistics for teenage mothers?
I think we shall go with rural, not just going with it, but it is, because apparently the highest percentage of teenage pregnancies is in eastern Uganda, and that is the place we would consider rural, right? The Busoga area has alarming numbers of teenage pregnancies.
What's happening? What's going on?
So and it's really, I don't think at this point the government is not saying this. I think it's time for the government, because now the cries are now deafening. We are having children, taking care of children, like a mother is a child. These are cases where you find a child crying and the mother is crying because they are a child too. And they don't know what to do.
Show.
And as for the government, these are the people, growing up, and that is what it is. These are the young ones are the ones we expect to take on tomorrow. If they are all they are not getting like their steps forward, what are we doing as the government? What are we doing as government
is the question that the ladies have left on the floor. But I always have people from government here, and they always tell us what they are doing. Is it enough? That is left for you. But for tonight, good night, good luck, adios for God and my country. May the good Lord bless this beautiful Uganda. Now until next week, same place, same time, and of course same host. Good night.